let me hear it for the minds behind Robot Chicken. Let's bring out Seth Green, Breckin Meyer, and Matthew Senreich. Let's go, Dallas, let's hear it. Yo, there you go. You're Dallas, baby. Oh, yeah, I love the kick, bro. All right, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hi.
We
Breckin, I love you.
Should I cuddle up with you? Yeah, I'm gonna cuddle
That
up.
was so funny because when you said the minds behind Robot Chicken, immediately I was like, oh, what a great joke it would be if we just wheeled out 3 brains under glass.
I feel like we're writing Robot Chicken sketches as we go.
That's exactly how it works.
Well, look, I can't believe it. 20 years. I've been loving this show for 20 years. Did you guys think that when you guys were playing with these toys and conceptualizing this wild, crazy, amazing show that we'd be talking about it 20 years later?
No, and when Matt and I were 5 years old and sold this show to Adult Swim, which at the time was run by 2 10-year-old men, we didn't think any of it was going to be on the air, let alone still exist for generations to talk about after the fact.
There's something really quick.
Oh, it's happening, isn't it?
Poo-poo. Poo-poo. Pee-pee and poo-poo. Dragons.
I deal with this every day.
Dragons. Dragons pooping.
Wait, Breckin, this is like, this is borderline assault, right? Like there's a form, well, because it is, you're forcing this interpreter. No, he can act cool
I'm
about
not
it.
forcing anyone to do anything. I think
am
Breckin's an attractive, sensual individual. And I like to apologize on behalf of Breckin Meyer.
But on that note,
Sorry,
Good luck, Joe.
let's give it up for our ASL interpreters, making sure that everybody
Seriously.
enjoy these panels. Thank you so much, Dylan. You were amazing.
Thank you.
I'm not kidding about these lights. I hope we all are very well lit because I literally can't see anything.
I know we can't see anything.
It appears that there's people in the audience, or at least the silhouettes of them. So this could be those cardboard standees we see of like Taylor Swift and David Boreanaz.
So I gotta ask, what was the most ridiculous sketch that made it into the show that you're surprised made it in? And what's one that was even too far for Adult Swim that didn't make it into the show?
All the stuff that doesn't get on the air is things that you wouldn't expect. They're not shy about violence or sexuality. It's always some other third party or fourth party participant might have discomfort around the idea. We had one of our writers pitched an idea where the Trix Rabbit is, it's basically Scarface, but with the Trix Rabbit as a sugar peddler. And it's him at the top of this monopoly, and he's got all these guys working for him. And it's so brutal and funny. And when we sent it in, they were like, here's the thing. We have tens of millions of dollars of contracts with General Mills. And
He's a real general.
he's in command of one of the largest war federations on the planet.
But
They don't talk about it. They have a lot of, do you know what sugar bombs are? No.
The irony is that sketch still got made. We just had to change the names and the slight looks of these
You
characters.
just have to make it a little less.
And then once it got made, they took it off the air because they thought maybe it was too similar to these General Mills characters.
It did never air again, but we never had
But it
to
is
take
on
to
a
court.
DVD, so if you track it down,
It's very funny.
it's on the first season DVD.
So
It's
we
on
can
the
find
first season DVD?
Find it. Yes. I
Was that
know.
first season or second season?
That was first season. I know, memories.
I feel like
Somebody else out there that wrote on the Wikipedia.
first season. I feel like some booth has to have the first season of Robot Chicken here somewhere.
I don't.
There's a lot of DVDs. They made a bunch of DVDs. But you know, it was easily by the 5th season, I was like, I don't remember what we did, guys.
Seth's memory's going. He's getting old.
No,
He wasn't five when we sold
anything in
this
the
show.
first several seasons while we were, I had an insane encyclopedic knowledge of every frame of everything, and then it just became too much. Now I don't even recognize faces. Like I've developed a facial blindness. I'll meet somebody and I'm like, oh, you look familiar. Were you on the 5th season of, did you play my dad in a movie?
No,
Or
my
were you the
name is
barista?
Breckin, and I've been.
Oh, Breckin. Yeah. We worked together in,
Yeah,
what was
since
it?
we were
what
like
year?
15.
Yeah, the Kevin Arnold.
No.
You, no?
Get it?
So walk me through
I
kind
love
of.
you trying to hold this together.
I mean, I'm gonna try my best. It's funny that you say that because I think I've met you about like half a dozen times at least. Every single time, Seth will be like, "I know you from somewhere. Like, where have we met before?" Every time, and I love it.
Show
But then
how
I
you
get
guys
the tattoos.
remember.
We got matching tattoos. That's
This is
what
it.
we're really about.
You know, and if you know, you know, so.
Okay, so you have matching tattoos with Seth, and you still don't remember. How rude is that? That's what I'm saying. You guys want to talk about how fame can go to someone's head.
I love that Brett.
And
There is
success
a pot here.
can make, you just forget where you came from, stepping on the hands of the ladder you climb up.
Yeah.
There. Right
Get
there.
up. I'm up here.
They share a tattoo.
I'm up here. Get off of
He
here.
doesn't even remember his name.
Hey man, when there's a
Changed.
fun
He's
drunken
so
night.
different.
Look, when you get to be where I'm at, people hand you Post-its all the time.
Matt, can you walk us through kind of like from pitch or from conception to pitch, and then getting into the recording booth, how all this works?
You deal with this.
This is
This
definitely.
is my life. Every day. Every day. I mean, it's as crazy as you make it seem. We have a writer's room of maybe like 6 people with us in the room, and everybody throws out a million ideas on a sheet of paper, and at the end of the day, you read everything in order. Maybe one thing in there is good, but you talk it through, and it could be as simple as, and Breckin will know this better than anybody, he'll spend all day writing something, think it's genius, and it's just like, no, and then you move on to the next thing. And
We also
real
have,
mad.
we'll do it. Oh, sorry,
go ahead. I got it. Yeah.
We'll do a channel flip challenge. Because everybody will pitch long form sketches, and then you're just like, guys, we need a bunch of really short stuff. So everybody pitch as many channel flips as you can in the last 10 minutes of the cycle before everybody comes in, or a session before we come in.
Channel flips are like the things that like you could literally like all the things you think of in the drive home of like, what if Salt and Pepper were sitting together and Salt went, "What's you?" And Pepper's like, "Shut up." That's it. That's a channel flip. And by the way, some will be so much worse than that. But it's just quantity. You just try to flood them with a whole bunch of them. So.
Well, then it's always that, right? Somebody has put together an incredible pitch. They're very excited about it. They spend all day. They're like, this is it. And then in the last 10 minutes, they're like, a bear, one of the Charmin bears. But instead of the roll, he picks up a rabbit by accident. And we're all like, that's brilliant. Oh my God, we'll draw it. We'll like hand draw it.
It's terrible.
And then we'll pass on the opus. Like, it's too much of an opus.
Now I'm gonna go way back to 2005 before the show started. If you could tell yourself something before the show started, what would you go back and tell yourself?
Don't forget to focus on live action. Well, yeah, right.
Oh yeah, you're an actor, aren't you?
Yeah, we were making movies
How about that?
twice a year. And then just started doing this all the time. Really got
I would say I have to move to LA from New York. Why?
You did, though. We really kidnapped you.
Yeah.
Matt had like a very comfortable life.
Yeah.
And then we were like, come out here where the tax is over 8.25%.
I feel like we're up here now, Matt, just reflecting on all the decisions of the last 20
These are all the memories.
Well, now we're adults and our concerns are different. We're not thinking like, hey, what if the Hulk fought a literal kitchen sink? We've already explored all of that. And even like more to the point, we've propagated these messages into such popularity that we've taken over the planet. So now we start thinking about, God, I bet I could get a really good deal on these frozen PB&Js.
I do like it. When we've done so many sketches, and you get to a character and you're like, we've done way too many He-Man character stuff, and it's like we ban that. It's like we've done too much Star Wars stuff. We probably shouldn't do anymore.
Take a beat. We'll take a beat. Well, you came in, I forget what year it was, and you're like, we're not doing any more original trilogy Star Wars anything.
Yeah.
Like you're only telling
The new stuff.
new jokes, cartoon jokes, something that isn't original trilogy.
Yeah.
Breckin, you like Star Wars.
I love Star Wars. I just don't like animated Star Wars.
That is true. Like I keep telling Breckin, are there any Clone Wars fans in here? Like as far as...
Well, you're wrong.
But keep in mind, he's never watched one. he just doesn't like watching something animated.
I like
even though
my
he
Star
works
Wars
on an
live
animated
action.
show.
I like my puppets foam rubber.
Wait, is there a reason why you don't like the
Good
animated?
question.
I think part of it is like we do animation and stuff like that, and I get it. And there's a reality to watching real actors in Star Wars. The minute because also I love the video games, so I think there's that line where I'm like, it's kind of an uncanny valley kind of thing where I'm like, it just doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel like StarArs, you for sure.
You gotta talk into the microphone.
Gotta use the
I'm just
microphone.
I'm just talking right here. Right? You guys give us a second. No, I love the video games and I love the movies.
I
For
just
some
don't
reason
think
I
that
can't get into the animation.
you didn't watch Rebels.
No.
And so it's sort of like holding an iPhone 15 accountable for an iPod's resolution.
Good analogy.
You know what I'm saying? Like Rebels, Bad Batch, even those last 2 seasons of Clone
Okay,
Wars.
let me ask you this.
Oh, yeah.
If I don't watch the animated things, and I have not yet, what would be the one show episode that would make you go, that you think would make me go, oh, I was wrong? Animations, I gotta keep watching these.
It's tough because you don't
Like one-
because you
Is
don't
there a
like the-
microphone that someone can respond to in that?
My friend here in the hat, I can hear.
I'll bring the mic out to him. How about that?
And we are gonna, if
Hey.
there's a microphone for people to ask questions, we would love
Hey, man.
that at some point.
How you doing?
Wow.
What's your name?
Donald.
No, I don't believe you.
Okay, that's fair. So Clone Wars, there's a saga on Mandalorian, and on Mandalore.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Way a little closer to your mouth.
I thought I was loud enough. I'm sorry.
I understand.
My bad. Clone
Good.
Wars,
Clone Wars,
Mandalore saga.
Mandalorian Saga.
Yeah.
Okay.
That whole sequence of episodes.
You think that'll
Yeah, it's the
That's-
saga
that's
Mandalore.
awesome.
It's on the Bo-Katan stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the dark saber.
Okay.
It's
But
awesome.
then you watch the pickup of it in Rebels where Sabine gets the saber back.
Okay, well, I
It's all
need you to
used
leave your home
Bo-Katan.
address because if it does not make me like animation, are there any kids here? There are, okay.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Oh man, this is a panel, all right. You guys showed up
All
right
right,
there.
Clone Wars Mandalorian, I'm gonna check it out. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, was there ever any pop culture toy line or franchise that you really wanted to make into a robot chicken, but didn't, either for logistical, legal, or just because it was too sacred to you?
Ben
You wanna-
10.
What was that?
Ben 10.
Ben
I don't-
10.
To this day, I don't know what it is, but it's been on our board for
We did a-
15 years.
We did a Ben 10. There's
Yeah.
something.
It wasn't a good sketch.
No,
No.
it's terrible. It might even be a flip.
But
I can't
forever
remember.
it was
It's
like,
something.
hey, if we could crack Ben 10, and my goal became to crack Ben 10 without ever knowing what Ben 10 was, which clearly didn't work. Because I just kept doing a show about a guy named Ben who adopts 10 kids. And, really beautiful stuff, but Ben 10 was one of the properties I think we never cracked.
I agree
Not
with
out of
that.
fear, but
Not out of fear.
There was a point when the people saw that we could do stuff like The Walking Dead or just a real half-hour special where we thought we were gonna get Marvel, where we thought that Marvel was gonna do it, and it just was it was in too steep a transition because it was right when it was
God.
before.
So it was before Avengers.
Lucasfilm,
It was before Avengers, the movie came out.
right?
Yeah.
And
so-
definitely before the Fox merger. No, we wouldn't do
after.
a half-hour Marvel.
Let's-
Just post the
Let's
last.
just say
you know,
there
all
are
of
these
these-
giant corporations. One's called Disney, one's called Warner Brothers. You need them to get along. That's all.
And they all have different .coms and streaming platforms, guys. So it gets really sticky.
also, I stole Jeff Marvel's wife, and he has never forgiven me. He runs Marvel.
Everybody knows Jeff Marvel.
Yeah, Jeff Marvel.
And
You guys
his dad, John
Yeah.
Jacob Jingleheimer Marvel.
Jacob Jingleheimer.
Lure's back in, please.
All right, listen, you guys have done everything from Star Wars to Saved by the Bell to He-Man. Which fandom gets the most intense reaction, negatively or positively, for one of your sketches?
Oh, that's...
Yeah, it was like, what was the, it was,
Do you want me to read mine?
Homestar Runner.
Oh, God. We got in so much
What was
trouble
it?
for that
There's
one.
no trouble. Every fan of Homestar Runner was like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh.
So that
We never worked like that.
We
That's
did
not
the
how it works.
worst thing ever. It was like we spit on
What
it.
is Home
Why?
Which one's this?
Breckin's
No,
I don't even know what it was.
it is a very silly sketch. The problem is the property itself is meta. The property itself is deeply meta. So whenever you're trying to parody something that in itself is already a parody, it might as well be a meme. We wrote a sketch about a meme, and the community was like, nuh-uh, bro, you totally missed the point.
So that's been the most intense.
Yeah,
that fandom.
They were real upset about it.
Wow.
There's a
It was
diehard
worse.
fan.
It was worse than like the Percy Jackson fans of the book who were like, nah, this movie, you blew it. You blew it.
And those,
We're gonna need a whole limited series.
hey. So speaking of series, I know that. There you go.
I don't know Joe Warner Brothers either. We don't. I'm not in his ear. Sorry, guys.
The most recent special you guys did was Orange Comics. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that true?
That is
we
true.
do have a new half hour coming out over the summer.
Yes.
In July, yeah.
In July, that is, well, you know that the Discovery Network bought Warner Brothers and all its subsidiaries. So we've done this before. You know, there's a point where AOL, Time Magazine, they merged with Warner Brothers. You just get weird corporate daddies all in your business. And so now Discovery Channel was here. Senreich, I think, was the first person to say, what if we did a Discovery Channel? And I was even like, what is on the Discovery Channel? And then we looked at their library and we were like, yeah, let's do a Discovery Channel. Are you kidding me?
They have everything. It is creepy.
Wait, what will we expect from
It's
that?
from Ice Road Truckers to Dr. Pimple Popper. Like, there's so much.
But it's like Naked and Afraid. It's like all these things
Right.
you've heard but probably have never seen. Or
90 Day Fiance.
It is so niche. You can be like, I want, kind of little person Eskimo fishermen who pawn their gold-made swords. And you're like, oh, you mean tiny blades right here. They have everything. It's
When did
crazy.
our ASL person transform?
Whoa!
You offended the last one.
What
That's
does that do?
impressive.
We didn't know.
Oh boy.
No way.
What a trick!
Did we hurt that guy's feelings?
You,
Not for real.
you walked off.
Wait,
He was pissed at you.
I think you pissed at me.
Is it rude to say that I'm not upset at the switch? This is we have a lovely interpreter.
Let's hear it for Leal. She's great.
How did you
No
get
offense.
here?
No offense implied to our.
If HBO Max gave you a blank check,
What?
HBO Max gave you a blank check,
I wouldn't be here right now.
The premise alone is absurd.
what are we parodying if that were to happen? I'm talking like Snyderverse, maybe?
Nah, you're talking about like 1,200 people.
I mean, if you're saying what are we parodying? See, no one got that joke. They did.
Oh, they cut so good. Like that was a good cut. Good, thanks.
It was good.
No, it would be.
It would be two different possibilities. I mean, we go back to that Marvel thing and say giant corporations make that happen.
I don't know, because getting to do a special at this point would take such a different shape. But I'd be down for that, obviously.
Yeah.
What was we were talking about something that
I want to do Mr. Beast.
Oh, that's a good one.
I would have a fun time. That would be great. It seems relevant in today's society.
well, it's just you make the framework, you like figure a way into it, whether it's the competitions or one of our characters on it. There'd be a way. We were talking about something else.
AI?
We could do Mr. Beast versus real beasts.
Yeah.
Like have him fight.
That's an easy.
Wild animal.
We
That's
could
an
do that
easy 30-second sketch.
100 humans beat one
Yeah,
gorilla.
how many beasts does it take to kill Mr. Beast?
I feel like I'm in a pitch meeting. This
What's
is how
up,
it goes.
everybody? I'm Mr. Beast, and today I'm here with.
Lots of possibilities.
We
Lot of
find out what.
With these type of specials though,
Yeah.
like you guys did Archie, we know that.
Paying attention. Don't
I
worry
got
about
you,
that.
man.
This is what's happens. This is my day every day.
Listen, I feel you, man. But with these specials, does there come any added pressure and freedom with doing something like an Archie or a GI?
Surprisingly, the places we play with, they're open to pretty much everything. Like, you would be surprised. Like, when we did those Star Wars specials, they were down for everything.
Now that's a different version of Lucasfilm.
Yes. Or like
when we got to
Archie
make
or-
those specials, there was still a single guy
Even one
who you had to ask,
Yeah.
and you eventually had to ask that guy if it was cool. And it's very different now.
Yeah. But Walking
'Cause
Dead
all
is
of
a good example of do anything you want.
Because there
go
was
crazy.
just those two guys,
Yeah.
Robert and Scott. We were like, we have this silly idea. They were like, oh, that's a good idea. We put it on the air. Like when you're dealing with one of the larger companies, you have 10 stacks of obstacle between each checkpoint. And every person in that obstacle phalanx is terrified of being fired for saying the wrong thing. And so you get a lot of people who are like, I don't know if that's a good, it sounds like a cool, do you think, what do you guys think about it? Does anybody think that that's, I don't know guys. We're just feeling like maybe that's too far. I don't feel like, right guys, we're not, we are maybe it's a great idea. I think it might be, what do you think? It's fucking exhausting, man. You just want to make shit.
What was the first franchise that really opened the door for everyone else to be like, all right, this is cool?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah, in our
George Lucas.
second season, we made that Emperor phone call, and Matt and I got a call from Lucasfilm.
I love this story. The caller ID lights up and it says Lucasfilm. So I pick up the phone and
Well,
I'm
because we at
like,
that point we're like, fuck, are we getting sued?
yeah.
Is this what it is? So it said to get it.
So I pick it up and I'm like, we didn't even have an assistant at that point. And I was like, hi, Matt and Seth's office, can I help you?
And then even more of like a punked. The woman on the other line says she's the head of publicity, and her name is Tracy Canobio. And we were like,
I was like,
Okay.
who is this really?
okay.
But her real name is Canobio, Cannobbio.
And she's the greatest. She's the greatest.
Awesome. And they just hired her at Lucasfilm.
So they set us up to come to ILM and tour the facilities and have a meeting with all of the Star Wars people. And they were like, what do you guys want to do? We were like, what do you mean? What do you want to do? And they're like, we don't know. We're trying to set up. And this is 2006. So they were so far away from greenlighting their movies. I think the Clone
I think the
had
last
to be on the air.
Yeah, the
Clone
last
was
movie,
on the air.
the last of the prequels had just come out. Yeah, it was.
But they were thinking we would even do wraparounds of fan films or something with their fan awards. And then Matt, this is what a baller Senreich is. He goes, what if we did a half-hour Robot Chicken that's all Star Wars? And I looked at him like,
Seth like punches me under the table.
I was just like, what are you doing? And
Swinging for the fences.
for real. And they just went, that's interesting. And so from even that little bit of a door, we were like, we're doing this. And then it just became just asking for everything.
That's awesome.
And we asked for everything. We were like, we have a sketch and we just really want George in the sketch. I think I can get it down to like 10 minutes of recording time. We'll come wherever he is. He's got to do it. And there, so many people were like, we're not asking him. We're not going to ask him. And
It's so crazy that the whole thing was from one sketch. Who wrote that sketch?
Doug
Oh,
Goldstein.
yeah, Doug Goldstein is one of the creators. We're not asking the right question. Who did all of the dialogue punch-up on this sketch? Who did the dialogue punch-up?
There you go.
Wrote everybody's favorite joke.
Just saying.
It's a writer called Tom Root. Breckin. This is my favorite sore subject to bring up to Breckin.
It's
Breckin,
the most sore subject ever.
how many Emmys have you won for Robot Chicken?
Shut up! I have 5 nominations and 0 wins. And Seth has 3 and Matt has 3.
It's because you're never there on the cycle.
I'm making movies.
I feel like we should be docking
My
your
day
pay.
job is
I really hope this conversation ends up on the behind-the-scenes 20th
Just
anniversary.
say it.
We've been having that actually.
You're gonna find
my
Matt
God,
and
this is
Seth
very
dead
funny.
with 3 Emmys in their skulls.
It is funny. It's funny that you say that because we're in the middle of putting together like a 20-year retrospective, and that conversation is absolutely.
There we go. We made Robot Hidden Chicken history, guys. Let's hear it. We do have fan questions that were pre-submitted.
So
So,
not people
this is
Not here?
pre-submitted.
People on the internet. Well, you're
Listen.
Here, what if I gave someone my microphone and we could just ask it down the line? Or will we get...
Listen, I can't stop you from doing anything
Stop us,
you want to
man.
do.
Do it. Get off
I cannot
Does
stop
anyone want to
you.
ask questions?
Who's got a question? How
Okay.
fast can we go through the questions?
Oh boy.
Line up right here.
This
We'll
kid
do-
right
we'll do
here.
5.
This kid.
All right, let's do it.
Fight.
At least I'm not gonna get in trouble for this one, guys.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello, bro.
Do I say my name or anything?
Yeah, what's your name?
What's your name, buddy?
My name is Killian. I've only seen one Robot Chicken video, Apocalypse Pony, but
You've seen one?
only one. My parents won't let me.
Where are they? Are they here?
Sound like a responsible parent.
We need to
This
talk
your
with
kid?
them. Wait a minute.
Put you up to the Robot Chicken panel? I love
Oh no.
So I wanted
I
to
am
know,
ashamed.
when you created this, what was going through your mind?
it. Great question.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So real talk.
Have you seen how crazy they are?
Well, no, real talk. I was bored. I was so bored. I was doing a lot of press. I was getting tired of hearing myself talk. And I was like, let's make something. I bet we could make something. I bet we could just like make something. We know how to make things. And I was like, Matt, you know how to make stuff with toys. What if we did like stop motion with toys? I have a really funny idea. It's me and Conan. We go to a pop con. He's chasing Britney Spears. This is a funny sketch. Maybe we produce this. I bring it on Conan, and I don't have to talk about myself.
And my response was, okay.
Let's do it. So that turned into us getting money from Sony. So there was an upstart venture in 1999 called the Internet. And
I was about to say, do you know what Sony is?
yeah, Sony's still a viable company.
Do you know who Conan is?
There was
Conan O'Brien's a talk show.
Oh yeah, Conan. You gotta know who Conan is. Your parents are fucking blowing it if you don't know who Conan is.
No, go back to thrilling him about the structure of corporate entities.
So this was it. Matt and I were very tenacious, and we got as much money as we could from.
Have you ever seen a kid regret a question
Yeah.
more?
No, Killian, you asked for this.
He's like, I gotta pee.
I'll simplify that shot for you.
What was going through our minds? We just wanted to make something that was really funny. It was something that made us laugh, and we couldn't believe anybody gave us money to do it.
We made a bunch of shorts for the internet when it was dial-up. Nobody ever
So
saw them.
listen, there used to be a thing called a telephone that had a wire in it plugged into the wall, and then there were other wires that run all the way down your street into something that projects a
I'm
signal.
sorry, I really am.
Anyway, we're way past that. But you used to have to connect to that signal to be able to sign on to the internet. And Sony was like, oh, there's gotta be a way to broadcast video content via this process called the internet.
Oh man, this is the best panel I've ever done.
And again, welcome to my job.
Oh boy.
Is there another question? Step right up.
I'm so sorry, Killian.
I would walk to you, but
I'm so
honestly
sorry,
can't
Killian's
even
extended
like-
family.
Are they still talking?
If it means anything, I saw Sam Kinison when I was 13 years old, and it changed me for the better.
Oh, there's a doctor here.
Sam Kinison was the best, dude.
What else you got?
Yes, when you were starting the show and the...
But closer to your mouth, I can't hear
Oh,
you.
sorry.
But I like your kicks, brother. Respect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I bought them the other day.
Scrubs.
In the early 2000s when you were starting, were there any of your contemporaries that really inspired you, like other shows on Adult Swim or other creators at the time?
Yeah. Well, the thing about Adult Swim in that age, they were so intentional
They
about
didn't
getting all
exist.
the creators together. So we actually got to hang out with Tim and Eric and Matt Malero and the Venture guys.
Dave
and
Willis,
Dave-
yeah,
So
like-
it really felt, they really made us feel like, oh, we're all in this together.
It was the only network that actually felt like you knew all the other shows, and that's what made Adult Swim unlike any other network that was out there. And even to this day, you know all the other show people from Adult Swim. It's a small community. It's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
That's a good
How are we
question.
doing on time?
We got 15 minutes.
Okay, so I can give more questions.
I probably shouldn't have said that, but here we are.
That's Johnny.
That's Johnny.
They know who I am.
Hi, Johnny.
First off, I haven't met him yet, but I'm wearing, I'm representing Minneapolis, just like Breckin. Minneapolis brings a sex appeal. And
I like it.
I really wanted to ask, I know there are 3 different celebrities that you all wish could do Robot Chicken. Breckin, it's Michael Keaton. Seth, it's George Clooney. And Matt, it's Harrison Ford. I remember those. But
We'll get George one of these days. I just gotta buy a ticket to his Broadway show.
I'm kind of curious because I'm a big fan of Leah Thompson, and she's actually turning 64, and she was on an episode of The Major League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, where she did the Back to the Future parody, where it was the Bachelorette or the dating game, and she was picking between Biff, George, and Marty, and then there was the SpongeBob thing. I don't know how many of y'all remember that one. The SpongeBob one where it's Krabby Patties are made of people. It was a sort of like green parody. Oh.
Listen, we're teaching kids about cannibalism. I think it's important.
But I was just kind of curious about Leah Thompson. If you have any memories, what was like working with her or Christopher Lloyd in Back to the Future theme sketches? That kind of
Christopher Lloyd's the coolest I've never seen. He's so game for it, and he loves it, like really loves it. You know, I don't know if I could be more into Leah Thompson, so I just try to be cool. She was the one who pitched her directing some kind of new Howard the Duck vehicle. I support that, obviously. I don't think Marvel's trying to make a new live-action Howard the Duck.
So Matthew, I saw you jump from the ground of the
I
stage.
could have died.
No, you could have died. I'm not gonna have that happen. So we are gonna have official fan questions over there in that corner. So you don't have to.
Oh, we have a microphone
Now,
out
What that
there.
means is the
guys
guy
changed the
that
game
wants
on
to
me a little
wrangle
bit.
the mic has to walk all the way
over there.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you.
Hello, my name is Braxton. So obviously, you guys have also done a lot of voice acting for, numerous characters on the show. And my question is, was there ever a personal favorite for yours, or one that you connected with, or one you had the most fun with, or something like that?
Boba Fett. Doing Boba Fett and Lindsay Lohan are my favorite. Boba Fett, Lindsay, Jesus, and Superman. Those are my 4 favorite. The Mount Rushmore of humans. Matt?
I'm the worst voice actor. They make
You gotta
me.
cast Matt.
They make me
You gotta
do it.
cast, you have to cast Matt right.
But I will
Cast
say,
him in a role, he kills it. But when he's just doing some shit, you're like, I don't know, man. That was it. But you good. But I'm like this, it's only you. It has to be you. And then it kills every time.
and that one is the Flash.
Love it. Great answer. Thank you.
Wait, Seth.
Oh, Seth.
But Matt as the executive in the Starbucks sketch is one of my favorite.
I do like that one.
Matt comes in like, let's do the sexy one. And he's like, she's somebody's daughter. She had a family.
All right. We are going to try to rapid fire some of
Good
these
luck, bro.
questions. I know. What you got for us?
Sorry. I was wondering, when you guys did the Walking Dead special, you guys used a lot of the voice actors from the actual show to do that. I was wondering if there's any other franchises out there that you would like to work with those same voice actors to tear down that franchise.
You know, it's a very it's interesting, like that started small. We never really go after the real people. It's always kind of funnier to get someone to do an impersonation. That just sort of happened because Robert Kirkman and Scott Gimple were in the mix when we were putting it together. They're like, I don't know, I think Andy would do this. And it's just so interesting to get all of these actors who, and from their perspective, they're doing an incredibly dramatic series. It's gut-wrenching, and as an actor, you're like in this zone for that performance. So what we offered was that they weren't like tearing it down as much as having a little bit of fun. The same way you would in between takes, and man, it worked so well. I don't know if we would ever do that again, but it was really, really cool.
Who was Rick Grimes?
Andy Lincoln. Yeah.
Right. That was the one thing was they kept saying like it seemed like the actors, everyone was always game, but they were like, if you can get Lincoln, then everyone will follow suit because he's, the serious one and all that. And he was awesome. They always, and like Seth was saying, they're always reluctant to go to the actors. They're like, oh, we don't want them to make fun of themselves and blah, blah. And the minute you get past the agent or the manager, the person is like, oh, fuck, of course. That's like my favorite thing to do. I'd love to do that. So then suddenly you get this avalanche where you get everybody and they're totally game. But he was like, yeah, I remember everyone kept saying,
so funny.
So great.
It's amazing. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. If you have a chance, would you guys do another Family Guy sketch?
Oh, you mean like a sketch about Family Guy or something else on Family Guy?
Either way.
What is Family Guy?
Or Family Guy special?
Oh, it's
a Nicolas Cage movie.
It is.
Family Man.
No,
oh, you mean Family Man?
No, you're thinking that the Brett Ratner movie, The Family Man.
What? No, that's Rush Hour.
Or Family Matters.
Rush Hour.
Yeah, no, you're thinking
Family Ties.
Family Matters. The Conduit Bridge in the what's his name? In the Owl.
Bundy?
What's that guy's?
Capone?
Spoiled the joke. The question, the answer is I don't know.
I don't know. That's a quick I don't know.
Thank you. Hello. We only have time for a couple more.
You got this. Speed round.
Speed round.
Every time we say speed round, it's another 20 minutes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Anyone up?
Oh,
No, do it again.
bring it.
Take two and action.
If you had to choose, would you actually star in Garfield 3 or a Scooby-Doo 3 movie?
I would totally star in Scooby-Doo 3.
Yes, I would. I'm dying to do a Garfield movie.
Good answer. Speed round.
Speed round. Let's
Still
go.
in that movie?
Question for all of you generally. If you were trying to get into voice acting right now, what would you do to convince people that you're one of the best clowns they could possibly have in their arsenal?
Make your own shit.
Yeah.
There's really nothing. Like I know but there's never been a shorter runway between an artist and an audience than there is now.
Right.
And all of the tools and technology are at your disposal. So like, don't wait for permission. Make stuff, put it out there, get
Post
your own
it.
audience.
100%.
That's
Put it up
the
there.
fastest way to do it. Because nobody is out looking for new talent. There's nobody like, oh, I need to find something new. Every place where you're pitching to, they're like, we have such a backlog of stuff that we bought before the pandemic. It's crazy. Make your own shit.
Great advice. Hello. How are you?
Hello there. My name's Nathaniel.
What's up, Nathaniel?
I'm doing good. This is a question toward Seth. I know there's a lot of movies you've done that people like to make fun of, whether it be Marcy's Moms or Without a Paddle. But I was wondering, what was it like doing The Identical?
See, here's what's tough, man. I don't get a lot of people being like, haha, you made that movie. So, I don't know if that's the way that people feel. But The Identical was a lot of fun for me. I did not know that it was going to come out like that. For the record, here's what happened. We made a movie about a guy. It sort of supposes the idea and that Elvis was a twin and that the twin that died in childbirth didn't die and instead was raised by another family. And this is a cool myth to follow, and I actually really loved the story, and I got to play a drummer in a band over a 30-year period, which is very, very cool. And I loved everybody in it, but I think that they picked a strange lane because the actor, the performer that they cast in the lead role looks a lot like Elvis. And so even though the character that he's playing isn't that, it's enough like that that people are like, is this an Elvis movie? And I think that got very confusing for people.
Well, we're doing this screening tonight, right?
Yeah, we're gonna screen
Yeah, because guys, we're all gonna screen it.
It's the extended cut, it's almost 14 hours, but I think it's
gonna be great.
It's a really powerful.
We're gonna do it in Matt's room, which is he's staying in the West End room 1213.
Wait, but I will.
If you want to come.
Oh boy.
Should I not have said it?
But wait, I will say.
Wait.
I will
Was
say.
that wrong? Is it, I get the time wrong?
No, it's 12:13. The South Tower.
It is 12:13.
Yeah.
Tower.
It's no. What is funny? True fact about the Identical is that I had to play drums in the movie, and I had to like learn all of these songs on the drums. But I got a jump start on it because my friend in real life, Breckin Meyer, is a drummer for as long as we've known each other, and taught me like the basics, the basic 4/4s, and some real cool sneaky stuff. So I showed up a little bit. I don't want to say I'm great in the movie, but I'm definitely playing those drums.
Well, look, the only way that it gets better than this, if you meet these gentlemen at their booth, get a photo, talk to them, ask some questions. But guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Let's hear it for